What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live coming to you again on a pre-recorded tape by your own Salithio Israel, aka Little Snoopy, aka that guy from the second bedroom of his apartment. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just got out of work, freshly showered. Amazon work you like a dog. That's the problem with being an essential worker. They kind of pay you good, but I can't say much because I don't want to lose my job. Some of y'all may know what I'm talking about. I can't say too much. But now, to the real part. It's news time. It's the news. So far in the news, all we heard is bad things about this COVID-19. As I said, I work for Amazon, so I can't really do the social distancing too well because considering I got to drop off your packages, I got to sometimes give you your packages by hand. Granted, one of the rules that they put in is I put it on the ground while you're staring at me with your hand out for your package, but I'm like, that's rude. If I have my hand out for the package and you place it on the ground because of the 6 feet rule, first off, I may cuss your ass out because I'm going to be like, my hand's here. You can easily reach a little bit. We ain't got to touch hands. You acting like I got to pray for you right now. No. I pray for you from a distance, just like everything. Godspeed. You acting like I got to touch hand in hand, like we're all in this together. Yes, we are, but we'll get to that later. But Jesus, don't be disrespectful and put it on the ground. Nah, it's just new germs and new bacteria getting on my package when you could have easily point A, point B. That's it. But I haven't followed that rule. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not that disrespectful, but some people do it. And if you don't do it, apparently you can get written up for it. I guess I'm going to get written up for it because I'm never going to have one of the people hold out their hands and I'm going to say, I got to respect the 6 feet apart social distance, so I got to place it on the ground and you can come pick it up. What am I, a cop? No, I want to be a fireman. Come on. Nobody hates firemen. We save you. This is our job. I'm trying to help me. Help me help you. Okay? I got to help you. All right? And for the people that are worrying about it, if you look at the numbers real carefully, the total cases in the world, we're at 2.8 million cases, confirmed cases. That may seem like a lot. The total deaths we have, 134,603. Okay. That's confirmed. Confirmed recoveries. Now, obviously, they don't have all the numbers because not everybody got tested, so we don't. This is like a guesstimate. You're guessing and estimating, but it's a guesstimate. The total number of recoveries, we're at 510,171. That's almost double the number of deaths. So the people that are really freaking out like this thing's going to kill you ASAP, that's done. Y'all apparently don't have common sense half the way. Let me tell you what it attacks. It attacks the immune system. It's like pneumonia for y'all that think it's like the flu. It's not the fucking flu, because if it was the fucking flu, we would have had a fucking vaccine. Pneumonia is complicated. It's your respiratory. That's all the sad news I'm bringing to you today because that stuff's just depressing. If you want to hear more information on that, check your local news networks. I promise you they are talking about it 24/7 because that's how they're paying their bills right now. It's all COVID-19 because they act like there's nothing positive in the world. Anywho diddly, let's get back to the real show. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this Lady Gaga going live with her concert. What? We're going to do that, Lady Gaga? Oh, yes, please, since you want to do it that way. She is going to go live on Instagram. For all the people that want to check that out, you could go ahead and go on Instagram. And on Saturday, I believe. Yep, it's going to be on Saturday. This Saturday, matter of fact, if you listen to this today or tomorrow, depending when I decide to edit it. It'll be tonight, though. When you listen to this tomorrow, they'll actually go live with it on April 18th at 8 p.m. They're going to have some top names going along. You're going to hear some songs by Lizzo, Billie Eilish, Chris Martin, Paul McCartney. We got Pharrell Williams, the beautiful and luscious Jennifer Lopez, Taylor Swift, and of course, the amazing Elton John. If you have not seen Rocket Man, you are missing out. Now, granted, if you're sensitive to some materials like the queer nation, if you're sensitive about that and you're not comfortable in your own skin and you can't handle that, then I suggest you don't watch it. Because they did not hold back on telling his life. He did not hold back on telling his own story. So, if you're sensitive to that, if you'll have your own opinions, I'll be like, oh, he's too gay. Shut the fuck up. Because nobody cares. We heard it. He's heard it. Look, let that man live. He makes more money in an hour than your ass ever fucking will. I respect this man. His story is awesome. He is a character. His outfits were great. Short to the point, great. They were just great. I don't know why they said Idris Elba is going to be on there. That boy can't sing a lick. He can act, though. He can surely act. Oh, John Legend? What? Ooh, they got Stevie Wonder. You better watch her. Isn't she lovely? Yes, she is indeed. You know John Lennon going to have to hit him with, we're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. 'Cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. Oh, oh, oh. This time we'll take it slow. Yes, I may have to check that out. I don't have an Instagram, but I may make an Instagram just for that. They better put it on Facebook or something. You know what? If somebody's going to screen record it, I'll go ahead and look at it on YouTube like a normal person. Yeah, it's 2 hours, and they'll be specially aired globally. So y'all be ready for that. If you're not ready, you know now. And if you didn't know, you better get ready. Get your popcorn ready, because you know they always come ready. This ain't that going to be that pre-recorded mess. This ain't going to be that Milli and Vanilli crap, okay? Can't say the same thing about Mariah Carey, but you know, just some things. Okay, can I get a what? What? All right. So now that we got everything out the way, I gotta bring on the one person that's been there. He's a family member of mine. Y'all know him. Y'all will love him. If you're in the Chicago area, go ahead and hook him up. You gotta hit him up to look him up, and then you will know what's up. You feel what I'm saying? You see what I'm laying down here? His name is Jaleel. He is the #1 personal trainer around the block. If you don't believe me, go ahead and hit him up for that session, and he will show you right quick in about 35 minutes after you feel like you're about to pass out why he is the best. So come on back up in here, Jaleel. I got him on speakerphone, so if you can't hear him, listen real closely and clear the earwax out of your ears. You there, Jaleel?
I am. Appreciate the introduction.
You're welcome. I gotta let these people know, because some of these people are asking, like, how can I lose this extra weight? What can I do to better myself? How can I get myself toned? And all those other questions we done heard a million times, We get tired of them. We sometimes got to word it a different way so it makes sense to one person rather than the other. And then sometimes they just don't get it. So it's just you're sitting there like, if you don't get it by now, I don't know how to help you.
You get a lot of those.
Trying to tell you. But anywho, diddly, let's get to this quick interview about you, your business, your brand, and everything you're about. Sounds good?
All right, let's do it.
Bet it up. What's the name of your brand?
Funny story with that. It originally was JHS Wellness, just my name and then wellness at the end. And then it turned into Coach Aesthetics. Whole funny story behind that, really. So I wanted to be known as a fitness brand, not just in the realm of working out and eating right. I wanted to delve into different things. So JHS Wellness was my way of saying that this is not just go to the gym and eat chicken and broccoli. This is a complete wellness lifestyle. The reason it changed was a lot of people that came to me, of course, like my physique, appreciate it. Shout out to every one of my clients now. And their main questions were, how do I get, this arm size? How do I build mass? How do I get better glutes? A lot of questions that they tell every trainer, but no one was really worried about the wellness aspect of it. So I decided to change to Coach Aesthetics because a lot of people found my physique in particular appealing. and that's where we are. So Coach Aesthetics is the short answer as far as what my brand is called.
All right, and how long would you say it took you to get to the size you were? Because I remember little Jaleel wasn't always that big Jaleel he is now. I remember eating chicken to the gristle bone Jaleel. Even though he wasn't getting in no type of mass, he was eating the mass off that chicken. I'll tell you that.
Well, I started working out so significantly in high school, but I wouldn't say I figured out the science behind building mass and how to do it properly until I was around 19 years old, so about a year after I left high school. I graduated in 15, so around 2016 is when I really started to put on real mass and learn how to maintain it.
So that's when you say you actually started to take working out as a craft and art, and you took it to the heart, literally, of what you look like, how you wanted to be presented, what you wanted to do with your career, what you wanted to do with your life.
Exactly.
Well, look at that. Look how far he's came now. When did you know that you wanted to be a personal trainer?
Honestly, I don't think I ever made the choice consciously. I knew that personal training and massage therapy, that's my other profession, were the two things that I wanted to shoot for first. Third, of course, being a yoga instructor. I'm still working on that one. But there was no real plan to just be a trainer.
You better watch out. You do all right. You better watch out. The wife ain't gonna be too happy you doing a yoga class and you got them girls bending know you know doing the dirty dog and everything.
Each conversation was hard. First, the training, you got people sweating all day in front of you. Yeah. Then the massage, you got naked bodies on the table.
You know, hey, sometimes you gotta risk it from that massage biscuit. You better watch it. All right.
Nah, but she's all right. She's all right. You know, she appreciates what I do. I've, you know, done a few different treatments on her because she's got her own health issues. Nothing severe, but, you know, I've been able to help her with her weight loss and things like that. So, you know, she has a newfound appreciation for it. She knows it's not just all a shallow, like a aesthetic appeal to it. So.
And would you say she's your biggest accomplishment as a client so far, or do you have many to choose from?
Biggest accomplishment? I wouldn't say. Biggest supporter, sure. The only reason I say she's not the biggest accomplishment is because it took a while for her to listen. You know, there was a relationship before that was too intimate to be thought as a coach.
Oh, yeah, I get that. I tried that with my ex. It didn't work out so well. That's why she's labeled as an ex. Hello. And you said she was your number one supporter with your business and brand overall when you started?
Oh, of course. You know, of course my parents were around helping. You know, they had support, but I never really asked them for anything. Any apparel that I came out with, any, you know, announcements I made, my significant other was always there. Always. She always bought a shirt, bought a sweater, never even asked. Sometimes I didn't even know how people were figuring it out. My very first sweater that I came out with for the JHS Wellness brand, I made a general announcement to clients, and then 20 minutes later, I got a purchase of the sweater. Had no idea who or where it came from. I was still learning the system. And then I found out it was her, and she had bought 3 sweaters. And it only came in 2 colors.
Whew, so, you bought 3 sweaters, 2 of the same color. Lord have mercy. At least you know her favorite color now.
You know. So, yeah, like the love and support was definitely there the entire time, there today. And I cherish, you know, the support that I get from her.
Well, that is beautiful. Y'all hear that right now? A strong woman by your side can make the biggest difference. It don't matter if she is black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, from Yugoslavia, or from the midst of the African jungle. If you got a strong woman by you and she supports you with everything without you even asking her to, it'll be beautiful. It's the little things that build up into the biggest things. Because half the problems we have, half the arguments you get are over the littlest things. But if you do the little things, the biggest thing that can happen, she'll remember in the back of her head that he did so many things in between that this big thing I tripped over ain't even really a big thing. And y'all remembered that
Yeah,
right now.
sure
Another
was.
thing I wanted to ask you was, what was your initial mental and physical goals when first becoming a personal trainer?
Uh, Goals and planning were not the highest thing on my list, believe it or not. Like I said, I was 19 when I first started taking things seriously, um, and 18 when I got my certification. And although I was dedicated to the job, I was, ready and willing to do anything and everything to be successful. I didn't have a defined picture of what success was. I just wanted to make a lot of money and help a lot of people. So as far as mentally, my goal was to stay devoted. I knew a lot of people that decided to jump into something and put their all into it, throw their money in it, and would leave for whatever reasons, whether they be personal or otherwise. And physically, at that point in time, my goal was just to get as big as possible. I just gotten the certification, and I was telling myself I want to do bodybuilding and just get super big, and eventually go to the Olympia. And of course, my goals have changed since then, and I wanted to stay in the coaching route. But yeah, it was just getting big, both literally in the physical standpoint and as far as my brand.
And another thing, the being that you're only 5'4", I'm pretty sure I've done lost height count. He's
Correct.
5'4". Yeah, see, look at that, great guess. Did you ever feel intimidated by the others in the game? Because usually I've never seen a bodybuilder under 5'10". Did you ever feel intimidated, whether it was just personal training, you wanting to be an Olympian one day, or just regardless when you were building your brand that people wouldn't take you as seriously?
Well, actually, I've gotten a lot of love, and going into it, I never thought of anything because what you have to understand is that whether you're a male, a woman, short, tall, whatever, I've been this height as long as I can remember. So going into any activity with other people, I expect certain things, and it's not like it's not weight that I haven't taken on before. So going into the profession of personal training or just a fitness professional in general, I figured my worth was in the knowledge that I had, and anyone that didn't see that or whatever the situation was clearly was not worth my time, or at least not in that manner. So when it came to bodybuilding, I had those people that were like, you're too small, or you're this or that, and because you're this height, it doesn't matter what knowledge you have. It doesn't matter how big you're getting for your size. You're not a bodybuilder. You're not a this or that. There's always a title to everything. I didn't let it discourage me because, like I said, I got a lot more love than I did ridicule, than I did negativity, which was not something that I didn't expect, but was definitely a welcome that was different to me.
So with that, you would say you had a strong relationship with your heart, mind, and body when you set on this goal as I'm going to be the greatest. I'm going to open my own brand. I'm going to get the clients. I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to be at that level where people look at me and say his height doesn't matter. Basically, like Kevin Hart. I don't know why it matters in his profession because he's a comedian. Height really doesn't matter at all being a comedian. But he says the same thing. His height, everybody was going to make fun of him more than he was going to make people laugh. People were telling him he was never going to make it that big. He was doing his stand up in a strip club. If y'all didn't know, he started off in a strip club as the opener,
I
announcing
didn't
the
know that.
dancers. Yeah, it's in one of his documentaries. And he wasn't gonna get to that level where he was gonna be known for more than just his height. Granted, he has his height still, but people aren't looking at him just for his height because he's done so many things outside to make people feel warm and welcome that his height was irrelevant the whole time. And what would you say your future goals are set and the action plan you have in case things go for a turn of the worst? What's your backup plan?
Uh, that's why I'm still in school. My only plan has ever been to stay in school. I want to be in school when I'm 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on. Maybe not 60, but you get what I'm saying. Um, I feel like fitness is the life that I want, and that doesn't necessarily mean picking up a dumbbell. want to be involved in that world in some way. And so the schooling that I'm doing now, from every certification, from even food management, because I want to do meal prep, I want to give myself options within the industry that I love. That even if, let's say, I get an injury or something happens where training just doesn't work out for me, I can always jump into something else because I have that. That way I can stay within the field or the industry, like I said, that is comfortable to me. This is something that I have a passion for, and I don't feel like I'm just going to work to survive.
Yeah, because that's where a lot of people get messed up. All these athletes going out saying, "I'm gonna make it and do this and that." Be like, son. I try to tell them all. Every athlete I've trained, I tell them, the sport is not forever. It is a
Yeah,
pastime.
yeah,
Now, I'm not saying you have to go to a 4 year college and graduate from there and you'll get great stuff. No. I'll never tell a kid that because I didn't go to a 4 year college. I didn't graduate from a 4 year college. I did community college, and you can get just as good as education, maybe even better, with the help from a community college than these 4 year colleges these kids are going to. Because all my friends, or most of my friends from Highland Park, took a year off after high school because they realized that doing school, jumping from high school to college, is a way different experience than what they say in high school. Because you'll get so many
yeah,
distractions through college that you won't even focus on the fact why you're there in the first place. Now, I'm not saying nobody graduated. Most of them graduated, bless their hearts. But I can tell you that most of them aren't even doing what their degrees are for.
yeah. That's so true.
Like, you could
To
learn a
add on to
trade for
that,
two
I'm sorry.
years
Go ahead.
and be fine. A 2 year degree being an engineer, a welder, an
Oh yeah,
electrician, a plumber, something where you know you're an essential worker and you will never
mm-hmm.
lose your job unless you really mess up. That's
Yeah,
guaranteed money all day, every day. I don't care what you say.
that's right.
What were you going to say after that?
Oh, I was going to add on and say I never went to college. I never went to a university, anything like that. And when I tell people this, usually in a professional setting, a little uneasy, or they get not, I won't say uneasy, but just a little confused. I don't carry myself in a way that says, I'm uneducated or anything like that. Not to say that people that don't go to college aren't. Like I said, I haven't. But there's just a certain standard that you hold yourself to that people then present that same energy with you. So when I say I haven't gone to college and things like that, they're like, well, where do you get your certifications? What do you have this? I'm like, I don't have a bachelor's in kinesiology, but I'm also not trying to be the top physical therapist. My goals don't necessarily align with that, and I can do my job. Maybe not just as well, maybe just a little different. Whatever the situation is, I can do my job superbly with the information that I have and the information that I continue to gain. And if you can get something for less, but at the same level as something else, why wouldn't you take that? That's the question that I pose to a lot of people. Because, as you said, a lot of people have gone to college and they had to take years off because it wasn't what they expected. I went to a college prep school, and a majority of the people that I'm still in contact with that were in my graduating class either didn't finish or they had to take a year or two off because it was such a different experience than even what they tried to prepare us for. And it's not something that is for everyone. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't tend to understand. You hear it all the time. It's, maybe school just wasn't for you, maybe this or maybe that. But then you deal with the pressures of life, and those just become words when it's very serious.
Exactly. They need to know experience matters more in the workplace than you having a degree. Because somebody can have
It
a
really does.
degree and they can know the ins and outs on how everything works, but you put them to the physical demand of doing it, and there is a loss, and they're standing there like a 2 year
That is
old.
so true.
And then the person that's done it for, let's say, he's only done it for 2 years. He has that 2 year experience, but he doesn't have the same degree. But he can get the
Right?
job done the exact way you want it to be done to a T. He doesn't alter it.
Mm-hmm.
The way you planned it is exactly how you do it. Who are you going to take? I'm going to take that man without the education that man has because he has no experience and doesn't know how to deal with the people, or he doesn't know how life works and how to take hits in life. And he just stays down and is waiting for somebody else to back him up. Or am I going to take the man that's been beaten so much he knows how to roll over, he knows how to dodge certain questions, he knows how to get over those obstacles? I'm going to take that man every time. I do not care. He does the job the way I need it to be done, and I will hire that man 10 times out of 10. But it's hard sometimes to get that experience because jobs will be like, oh, you need the degree. When you get the degree, oh, I need you to get the experience. Well, how can I get the experience, but I have the degree? And how can I get the degree, but I got the experience?
Exactly.
And that's where everything comes in that gray area. It's like you got to hire somebody, and somebody's either not going to have the experience or they're not going to have the degree. It's hard. That's why it's not bad to get that 2-year trade in. Try to get that internship wiggled in there. Figure out what you really want to do, because the first 2 years of college are crap. You are doing gen eds all the way up to junior year. Like, unless you're becoming a doctor, then I don't know that field. I got friends becoming doctors. You can ask them. But they're smart as hell. I'm not even bullshitting with you on that one. I don't know how they do it. Bless their heart. But they doing a whole nother thing we ain't talking about. But people need to understand, if school isn't for you, that means you got another way of learning. People got different ways of learning certain things. Some people, you got to talk one-on-one. Some people, visual. Some people are art. Some people are naturally creative. You just got to work with it.
True.
Let's say you have 5 minutes to 17-year-old Jaleel. That's right before Jaleel graduated in 2015. You only got 5 minutes. He's in, let's say, the boys' locker room. He's coming out from gym. And you got that 5-minute break before you have to get from the gym to your next class. What would you say to 17-year-old Jaleel right now? Anything in the world.
Well, first, I would tell him you're right. Time travel is real. Second, I would tell him not to procrastinate and just be with Mary. That is my significant others, for that, whoever's out there. And third, I would tell him to get a game plan. I was very much into the fitness world even then. And I knew that was what I wanted to do. I just didn't know what yet. So I would have actually told myself, get the game plan, honestly. Don't wait, don't procrastinate. You know this is what you want to do. Don't wing it. Come out with a blueprint, something. Where you want to go to first, how many years you want to spend on schooling for something. Start saving money, allocating towards whatever goal you want to go to specifically. You don't want to take out loans. You don't want to do things like this. So just have a game plan. Have a game plan.
And do you believe he would have listened to you? Because it's you to you. He knows that's you. Just in the future, do you believe 17-year-old Jaleel will listen to 24-year-old Jaleel right now?
He was going through some things, but I'm sure he would.
It'd be in the back of his mind the whole time, like, wait a minute, maybe I was making sense. He said, myself said, maybe I need to listen to my older damn self. He has a whole beard and mustache. I ain't even got that yet. He may know some things. How he know about Mary? Oh, shit, right, he's 24. Hell, that means he's already... And I'm married? Shit. Whew. Good golly, Miss Molly. I ain't know that. Well, Jaleel, I appreciate the time we have had with knowing who you are, what you want to be, how you got to where you wanted to be, what younger you was planning for future you, and, well, just all around knowing how you wanted to become great.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Well, I had to have my cousin on, in different realms, different pasts, and we sure got a different future coming along, but I want us all to become great.
Yeah, that is the dream. That's the goal.
we gonna switch it on over. I know you enjoyed hearing my voice so much. I know I got that flavor in the ear. Oh yeah. And I know you enjoyed my cousin's company for a while. I mean, sure, he just talked to you for about a whole 23 and a half minutes. So I know you ain't bored because we don't keep it bored over here. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, we gonna switch the segment over to the main thing of what we really want to talk about: how to keep your relationship alive. People are having problems nowadays, especially with this quarantine going on. I know you can't do much. You can't take them out on dates. You can't show them the picnic in the park because you don't know what's contaminated or not. But you should still be able to show that partner you love, or you say you love, at least your main one. Don't focus on the side ones. The side ones don't matter now. You are the main one. Don't be stupid. All right, you can't be stupid. You stupid. All right. But I'm gonna show you my point of view, and he's gonna tell you his point of view on how to keep the relationship alive. Right now, currently, I've been in a relationship for about a year and a half. It will be 2 years as soon as that date hits in October. And for Jaleel over here, he's a married man. He done been taken. It ain't take him no time to figure that one out. It's been about 5/4 of a whole 8 years over here. It took him a while to notice it. It took him a while to get it, but damn it, he got it. That's the point. He ain't got, he got get. You know? So what I'm going to say during this is the different things I've done to keep the relationship alive. Like I said earlier, it's about the little things, baby. It's the little things. Can you agree on that, Jaleel?
I agree completely.
Exactly. You do the little things. It builds up in her heart. Like, let's say, for instance, sometimes when I'm playing my game, I'm not going to lie, I play Call of Duty. We all do. We love Call of Duty. We like 2K. You know, Madden. You know, I'm a football man. You know, I get caught up in my game. She'll be in the bedroom watching her YouTube like every woman apparently does now. I don't know why YouTube bounced up like it is, but I know those people are happy as hell as YouTubers because everybody watching everything on YouTube now, just like you're listening to my voice. But anyway, what I'll do sometimes, I won't tell her nothing. I won't say nothing at all. I'll stop my game, go clean the kitchen, clean the dining room, clean the living room, sit back down and play my game. She ain't come out the room not one time. All of a sudden, she comes out the room. She sees it's smelling good. It's looking good. And she asks, babe, did you clean the kitchen? The dining room smells good, too. And I'd be like, yeah, I cleaned it a little bit earlier. And she'd be like, oh, my baby. The papa's cleans the kitchen. That's literally how she says it. This is literally how she talks. I can't make this up. People, this is my real life. Next thing I'll do is I'll say, come on, we're going somewhere. And she'll be like, where we're going? She will ask me that question all the way till I take her to where we're going. Where are we going? It doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll have a plan. Sometimes we'll just go grocery shopping or something and I'll pick her up some ice cream or whatever. And she'll be grateful of that. Trust me, man. Get her a little snack. It goes a long way. You could give her a little snack back. You feel me? Well, y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't grown enough. Y'all ain't handling the meat. You know, like moo and oink. That's for my Chicago people out there. Y'all know what moo and oink is. You know, you be the cow, go ahead and stick it in the pig. You know? I crack myself up sometimes. You know, take her to little spots. You know, you could go ahead and do a drive-by at the park. You don't want to sit there. You don't know who's been over there. You know, take her out. Just talk to her sometimes. You know, be in the bedroom, watch YouTube with her. Ask her about herself. To ask her, matter of fact, me and my girl been doing this for a couple months now. Once a week. Tell me something I don't know about yourself. Every time.
Oh, I love that one.
Every time. Just anything. It doesn't matter. It could be the smallest thing. My favorite color. It could be my favorite car. My favorite ice cream. And just build it up if you want to. Or you can start heavy. I cheated in the past. Or the longest relationship I had was 7 years. I got married. I had a kid. Something. He does not know. And just tell him. Tell him stories. Everything. Men like it just as much as women. Trust me, if he really loves you, he likes it just as much as you. He'll try to connect the dots of every story you ever tell him. in order. You don't even have to tell him in order. He'll just try to connect it all through your life. And like, this timeline goes with that one matches this one. It don't matter. But he'll enjoy every minute. I do. I want to know everything about you. I want to meet the parents after the second date. And men be scared to meet the parents. I'd be like, shoot, your daddy gonna love me in about 5 minutes. Shoot, my personality, my charisma. Are you kidding me? There's nothing to hate. I hope not. Sure. I mean, yeah, her daddy is white and I'm black, but that never stopped anybody from doing nothing. Luckily, her mama's Mexican, so that helps out a little bit because, you know, I go crazy for my Latino women. Shout out to Latino women out there, you know. That's who I go for all day, every day. No problem. No offense to you, Julio. You got your little Mary over there. Go ahead and Mary Lou. It's all right. Tell me some stories. Tell me some stories. How do you keep the relationship up?
It's just two things. The first is communication, and the second is intimacy. So I'll knock out communication really quick because that's pretty self-explanatory one. You know, everything is a language. Every action you take, you know, your body language, everything you say, communicate. You know, passive-aggressive communication is better than none. But obviously, I'd rather you be upfront, tell your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other. Some people like to identify as whatever. Identify as whatever. But my point is, whoever you are with, talk to them.
I'll tell you, that passive-aggressive is bullshit. Because I dealt with passive-aggressive, and I passively want to say I aggressively want to punch you in the fucking face. But I'm saying it passively.
Well, here we
I'm
are.
letting you know.
I too hate a passive-aggressive, I don't want to say hate, that's a strong word. I dislike a passive-aggressive attitude. I feel like it's childish. However, everyone's relationship is different, as you know. So some people it might not bother that much. Then you just need to communicate. You know, if you feel like it's going to hurt them, if you feel like it's bad timing, whatever the situation, maybe you don't have to say it right then, but you do have to say it, whatever it is. Never speak with the intent to make them mad, to hurt them, to make them upset. Seek to have them understand where you're coming from. You know, nothing doesn't have balance. Everything in the universe has a balance. You need to figure out between you and this other person what that balance is. Every argument has a solution. Every problem has a solution. And it's up to you two, as partners, because that's what you are, to figure out what that solution is. Really quick, when I was going to massage school, it was a year and I think 8-month program. We did a lot of studying. We did a lot of hands-on. I was stressed most of the program. Especially towards the end, we were working with the public. Like everyone was just, it was. Before I even started the program, I told Mary we should break up. She didn't like that idea, understandably. But I told her if I wanted to do this for my life and eventually our lives, I need to make sure that I'm focused. And I can't do that with you. I know you're going to want to go on dates. I know you're going to want to do, you know, this and that, but there's so much schooling to be had right here that I feel like it's the best for us to break up. But I didn't say it as if I had just made the decision. I brought up the idea. We discussed the idea. There was some crying and tears. You know, there was some laughs involved. But at the end of the day, we did break up because I brought it to her. I didn't tell her. And that's what I mean by don't speak with the intent to upset. Now, as soon as, you know, the program was over, I had the engagement ring, you know, I think 4 months before we even ended the program. Knew I was going to propose, woke up one day and just went to her job and proposed at her job randomly. You know, I didn't plan it out or anything. I got up, I got out of my pajamas and went straight there, proposed. She cried in the middle of the floor and I was going to go home. But, you know, she wasn't having that.
You see, so, fellas, you ain't got to do something big like me, like I want to do. You don't always have to do it big. You can do it simple. Just wake up in your drawers and be like, you know what? I got this engagement ring sitting up in the sock drawer. I'm going to go ahead and go up to her job and embarrass her real quick.
And, you know, she actually stated that as much as she wanted something big, me doing what I did was so me that she appreciated it more. I was like, well, great, because I wasn't going to argue with you. So the
Just like foreplay. Y'all don't know what foreplay is. Y'all too young to learn foreplay. Foreplay is the key to the heavens, son. Okay? I'm going to teach you that. It goes both ways. Foreplay is the key. It's just like intimacy. You don't have to touch them. Okay, during foreplay. You ain't got to touch them. You could say or do something that just make them go, oh, or make it go,
Honestly, yeah. So you have to, if you haven't heard of this before, learn their love language. It's a real thing. I used to think it was so goofy when it was originally brought to me. Then I learned it, and I was like, well, there's actually some truth. Learning love language, just spend time with them. If you're into, I'm a big gamer. I play a lot of Destiny for anybody that, is out there playing that. And I get very involved. I can play for hours when I don't have to go to work or do anything for the day. I can just play for hours. And she'll just sit there. She won't say anything. She'll whatever. Every game that if I die or if we're having a little pause, I'll just turn around and give her a kiss. I won't go do what he does, clean up the bathroom and the kitchen because I will die. But I just turn around and I give her a kiss. I give her a hug, like thank you for being here, whatever. And sometimes I'll just turn it off completely, like what's doing it. It's the little things that count, like we said before. And just having that thought of she's here, let's do something together. We pick out shows together. Generally, she'll pick out a show. We watch it all the way through. Even if I hate the show, if I'm complaining about all the characters, I will sit there and watch the entire show through with her until we finish every last season. And then it's my turn. I pick whatever, and she does the same thing. Even if she hates it, it could be anime. I won't say I'm huge on anime, but I watch it. And she'll be like, I think this is goofy. I'm going to watch it anyway because it's something you like. And those are the deeper levels of connection for people. And it's different for everyone.
Yes.
As I said, I'm very big on communication, and I think that those two things delve and melt very easily into one another. Not to overtalk, I know I'm just rambling at this point, but communicate. Figure out what they like, figure out what they want to do, and have them make sure that they're communicating with you. Maybe they're not asking questions. Maybe they're not saying what's on their mind. Maybe bring it out of them. That's part of your job as their partner. It can be something as crazy as going bungee jumping, or something as simply as going to mattress firm together. Believe it or not, I actually took her on a date to mattress firm.
Hey, you got to test out the springs in the memory foam. Let's see how many memories we can make in this mattress. Hello, we'll be dreaming for real. You want to be floating in the clouds? Come on.
I mean, really, we had a blast. Even beyond that. It's different, and it's not for everyone. Some people would be like, "This is the weirdest thing I have ever done. Why are we doing this?"
Who likes normal people? There's no normal people around no more. You got to be weird. Be interesting. Hell, you got to be interested. If you're not interesting, it will die in 3 months. The person be like, "The hell am I with you for? Can we do something? Hell, let's go to McDonald's. We got to do something."
Something simple. So communicate everyone and just keep the intimacy alive. It doesn't always mean sex, although that does help. But it could be anything that the person's into, anything that just discover who you're with every single day.
Because the way I see it with relationships, you should never be comfortable. If you're comfortable, that means you're either A, not trying hard enough and you just giving up, or B, it never meant anything to you in the first place. So it's just like, yeah, I'll stay because I need to stay. Whether your reason be, oh, we moved in, so now I got a house and I ain't got to worry about moving out, or hey, we got kids, so now I gotta stay. Let me straighten this out. You do not have to stay in the same house with your baby mama 24/7. You could get your own place and still be there for your kids just as much. You just don't stay in the same house. My friend Joe, which will be on the show later in life, because he is a realtor. He is an awesome guy. He's gay. He's happy. He is the best person I know that came out of Deerfield. We went to school together since 2nd grade. Granted, then we split up because of middle school, but I've known this man since 2nd grade, and he is the greatest person ever. He is the nicest, most genuine person in the world, and he will make you laugh. This man knows what life is, and he makes you feel important no matter who you are or what you are doing. Plain as that. I haven't talked to this man in probably 3 years, and I saw him randomly at the mall for some, I don't know how, but before that it was like 8, 9 years. And then I randomly ran into him at the mall 3 years ago. And we still had that bond, that same bond. I used to go over his house every day. Well, not every day, it'd be like every weekend because we were close friends. And I would hang out with him, his brothers, his mom. His mom's a massage therapist, ironically. But they would welcome me with open arms every time. They did not care. They were the best people. The Gerbers were the best people in the world. His mom and his dad, I believe, divorced when he was 3 or 4. I don't want to say his story, but from what I remember, 3 or 4. And he stayed with his dad every week. And his dad was just as much in his life as his mom. His dad supported him just as much when he came out as his mom did. He came out because his brother came out first, and then he felt more comfortable on how his brother presented himself, and he came out open arms whole time. But that's another segment that I'll get to. Trust me, I have it all on the table. This is NoBLines, so everything's on the table, including on the table, so don't even worry about it. You do not have to be like, I'm out the whole thing. There is no out the whole thing. You had this baby for a reason, whether by mistake in a Cadillac or on purpose in Mattress Firm. It don't matter. You had this baby, and it is your baby till the day you die. Take care of your kids, because whether you think they hate you or not, there is a love in their heart for you, and they want you there. Anyways, from being as far as that, yes, intimacy is very, very well known. I try to do it every day. It's not exhausting. It doesn't take much. It's the simple things like we said. Just do what you would want others to do for you in the relationship. Communicate your thoughts with your loved one. Talk about everything under the sun. Make each other laugh. Say a random joke. I'm silly all the time. Say random shit. It don't matter. I will bring up the most randomest thing in the world, and we were talking about something else. It'll make her laugh, and she'll be like, "Oh, Salethio." And I'm like, "What? You know what you were getting into during this relationship?" I'll put it all on the table before I moved out here to Arizona. I didn't want no secrets. There was no guessing games. But yeah, that's all I got on that topic. Y'all got to figure it out for yourselves, because every relationship is different. Sometimes you just got to leave them because they are not the one for you. And you got to realize that. It'll be hard. It was hard for me with my ex of 4 years because I got comfortable with the situation we were in. And it was far too late to recover from that situation. And she ended it. And I understood why. But that's another segment. We can't talk about that right now. So I got to keep y'all pumped. I got to keep y'all pumped. Come on. Anything to add onto this topic?
I feel like we covered it. Just discover them every day, essentially. Just don't get complacent and don't get too comfortable.
Because every day is a new day, and tomorrow ain't promised, and yesterday is now the past. So you have another story to tell. You live for 65 years. There's 365 days in a year, sometimes 366 with the leap year this year. I can't do math that fast, but I'll let you know. All those days, you had a different story, and I promise you, you can't run out, and he doesn't know everything, because he doesn't know what happened at work. He doesn't know what happened on your way to work. He doesn't know when he went to the gym, what you were doing at the house, or you had to go to the grocery store. Somebody did something funny. You saw something funny, anything in between. There is always a story, whether it's interesting and it makes you roll on the floor or makes you go, or it's simple and just be like, yeah, that's cool. And you got a story to add. It's back and forth. You should never be comfortable. You should always be on your toes, or like, wow, this person means that much to me. I really want to keep learning who they are. Thank you for coming on my show today. I enjoyed your time, cuzzo. You know you always welcome on my podcast whenever, however. And I may need you again for one of my many, many segments or topics to come.
Well, thanks for having me, and I'm sure I'll come back. Just gotta say the word.
Bird is the word. Remember that. All day, every day. Now, let the people know real quick where to find you at if they want to get in touch with you for any future clientele, for any sessions that you offer.
Well, I'm located two different locations as far as gyms. I'm out in the Norridge location, Iron Mine Gym, and then I'm close to downtown, Beach Field House. My Instagram is my name, so Jaleel HS, JALEELHS. And from there, you can DM me. I got my link to my website, so you guys can see all the pricing and everything from there.
All right, sounds good. Don't worry, I'll get the information. Make sure to write it up on a post so all y'all cool cats know how to spell. I know some of y'all didn't pass English that well, so I'm going to go ahead and type it up for you so you can at least enunciate a little bit, sound it out. Because I know sometimes it be hard of hearing, because I know some older people be listening. I see you, Grandma. I see you. You ain't slick. I see you. You can't hear me, but I see you. It's cool. Well, thank you for coming on the show, and I hope to hear soon from you again, sir.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, as you guys know, this is only my second podcast that I have ever posted, ever done. And so far, I'm learning more and more every time I do it. Bear with me. I am new to this, but I know you'll enjoy my voice throughout and out. Like I said in my Facebook post, if you guys are new listeners, if you guys are just listening to me because you're bored and you like my voice, or you got nothing else to do and I'm in the background, I see you in the kitchen. I see you on that treadmill. I see you trying to lift those dumbbells that are too heavy. Okay? Okay. Calm yourself. You don't need to bust a blood vessel. Doing too much. You see, honey, you're doing too much. You need to calm. You're doing too much. Sit the fuck down and eat a sandwich. Okay? Hope you enjoyed my show today. Had my cousin on. Talked a little bit about the COVID-19. Won't be talking about it again because we're not here to be depressing. That is not what I'm here for. I'm here for entertainment, excitement, and opportunities. Any artists, producers, music, personnel, anybody that wants to get sponsored, anybody that wants to do promotions, anybody that wants to get their business plan out there, anybody that wants people to know who they are, just like me, hit me up on Facebook at No capital B capital L Lines. On Snapchat, No capital B the word lines. Don't capitalize that L. It may pop up, it may not. I don't really know. I'm not looking myself up. Just know it's NoBLines. I will not have an Instagram. I don't plan to have an Instagram, but if I do get an Instagram in the next couple of years, maybe I'll be late on that. I also don't have a Twitter, but I don't think anybody goes on Twitter anymore. So that doesn't really matter. I never got the character things. Like, how are you going to limit me to a certain number of characters? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, anybody that wants to get their stuff out there, I will gladly play it out for free. Don't even worry about it. Don't trip. We all need to start up. We all need to start somewhere. We all starting from the bottom. We're starting from a seed, and we want that plant to grow. Okay, I'm going to roll it out with some words of advice. Every day is a new challenge. What you did yesterday shows in the future. What you do today talks about your past. So every day you live, every choice you make, do it for yourself and the future that you see. Never let anyone belittle you. You know your greatness, you know your talents, and if you don't know your talents, keep striving and keep hustling till you find something that sticks and that eats you alive because you're not the greatest at it. I want everybody to be great, and I want everybody to remember, just because that person couldn't do it doesn't mean you can't, because you may be the person that needs to do it. It's in your hands, and you have the final say in everything you do. Wear yourself out on your brand, on your business, so that in the future you can relax and watch everything come to light. This has been Little Snoopy on the track 1-2. He had to talk, he had to say what was on his mind. And always remember, love, peace, and hair grease. I'll see you when I see you.